Damon, a big win tonight for the Lakers. You had to have it, obviously, to force Game 3. And I'll tell you what, that was a war in the third period.
Yeah, well, I'd say for all three periods, it was playoff hockey for sure, and you have to be a tough, competitive hockey player to play in that environment and thrive in that environment. And I thought we showed good toughness, good competitiveness. Obviously, power play gets it done, and we win the special teams battle with 2 power play goals. And but a better job. I thought we did a better job overall with winning puck battles and in our compete level and managing pucks for the most part of the game. So that's playoff hockey right there. It was a battle of attrition in some ways, but just a very competitive playoff game. And tomorrow's going to be more of the same. So if you weren't here tonight, you better get down here because it's going to be an absolutely great Game 3 tomorrow night.
Yeah, these teams beat each other with hammers tonight, Damon. This was a war. This was violent stuff. And car crash hockey, I think I've come to calling it. And I can't see tomorrow being any different.
To me, the stick work is too much, and that's the one area. But, most of the clean hits, no problem with. Like, our guys have played, in intense playoff series for a lot of these guys throughout their careers and understand, what's on the line and, probably the beauty of hockey, right? Like how they're willing to sacrifice for a victory and for the guy next to them and for the jersey. And, that's why we all love playoff hockey. So you saw a lot of that tonight. Again, I think a little bit too much stick work for my liking, but, once you don't set a tone, it takes some of that out. It just escalates, and that happened a little bit here tonight.
I think there can be a degree, too, between there's a difference between letting them play and the team's kind of figuring out, okay, we can kill each other out there and nobody's going to do anything about it.
Yeah, it happened around the league a little bit last night, and there was some communication there to make sure that just late in the game that if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. And it's hard, it's a really hard job. Obviously, those guys do not want to impact the game in a major way on, just a big call. So I can only imagine their thought process or the pressure they're under there. But, and the stakes are high for everybody, including those guys. So I thought they did a good job managing it overall. And, the players ultimately made the decision on the ice. So, that's playoff hockey.
One of the big things comes out of this game that's not good news is it looks like you've lost Dustin Mans. He went down. He went in the corner, and he got hit pretty hard. And I noted that he was favoring his shoulders. He went to line up for the face-off, and they dropped the puck, and he just threw his glove off and headed for the bench, and we didn't see him again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to get an evaluation on Dustin here. Obviously, we're just wrapping up the game. I didn't see the hit or the play, and when it happened, just saw him come off. It's tough to see anything in that corner of the ice there. So
yeah.
We'll get our athletic training people on Dustin and working their magic and find a way to get him back in the lineup tomorrow night.
It was a crazy start because the Lakers had the puck go in their net, and it was almost comical how it happened right out of the gate, and you're just kind of sitting there and feel all the air kind of come out of the building, and I thought it took you guys a minute or two to recover after that, but then you did recover, and you did rally, and I thought you guys rallied well. How happy were you with that coming off that wild start?
Yeah, it's strange, the guys feel good and they want to bring energy, and you just get, like you said, a real unique situation. And we all knew right away that the Northern Michigan player hadn't cleared, so but a real strange bounce, and I think Ethan had taken a little bit of an edge behind the net and was late getting up. So a strange play, and it definitely, you could feel it sucked the air out of the building there a little bit. And we had good confidence on the bench that it was going to be offsides and we'd be fine. But regardless, we wanted to push anyway. We didn't get breaks and bounces in Friday night's game. We had so many wide open nets and tap in plays that we didn't bear down and execute on and get the breaks and bounces. So there's definitely a piece of the bench that like, oh no, here we go again. But like you said, we responded quickly, had a good push, and I really liked most of that first period for our team, and guys were contributing, finding different ways to do it. Again, winning wall battles, getting pucks deep, playing what it takes this time of year to be successful. I thought we had a much better attention to detail that way.
Well, Damon, it really put the pressure on you. It made you really have to coach in the third period of that game and all through the second, as a matter of fact, too. When you lose a guy like Mans, now you got to. Backos had to go out and take a lot of faceoffs he might not normally have taken, and you had to change up lines a little bit and switch guys and really watch what you were doing. And such an intense game like this, it was a big deal.
Yeah, it changes your bench quickly, especially a key guy like Dustin who you can trust, in all three zones, defensively for sure, and contributes offensively, and then a key face-off guy. So, that was a big loss, and I thought, Brett Rollison, I looked like a really bad coach for taking Brett out a couple of games back. I thought Brett had a really, really good game.
He did. He played
well.
well.
Yeah, the pace, the IQ. So he's going to be a heck of a player for us, and that's an important game to get him some minutes and some seasoning. And then Timo Bakos, as you mentioned, we kind of shifted him to the wing early on, and he had to go back to center with Dustin, missing some time there late, and both those guys did a heck of a job there. And, they don't have the experience or the seasoning of some of those fifth-year guys over on the other team there, but they played really well, and, they'll grow in their face-offs and things like that as they get stronger and more experience in college hockey.
Damon, two big tactical things that stood out to me tonight. Well, three really. One, the passing out of the back end. Ethan Langenegger and the D-Corps much, much better tonight. And I thought his puck-playing ability was a big difference in this game because they come in with that crazy forecheck pressure. He's able to bypass that with his passing ability. Now their forwards are caught up ice, and you're able to get into their D-Corps. And then I thought, in turn, attacking their defensemen and their forwards at their blue line. The Laker forecheck busted up NMU's play coming through the neutral zone much, much better here tonight, I thought.
Well, we had guys play better. Like you said, I think when you go through last night's game, we didn't have a lot of guys have, B-plus games and A games. And this time of year, that's not going to be a recipe for success. So, I thought guys played better. Certainly Ethan Langenegger has a real, strong skill of puck playing ability, and he changes you that way because he can get to pucks and make a good poised play with it. Our D, we thought, as a group, we're not overly strong last night in getting out of our zone and handling pucks. They lacked a little urgency last night. Tonight we were more urgent. We were ready for pressure. We made good plays. So there's no question getting out of our zone was a real issue in last night's game, and we did a much better job tonight. Northern's running everything off a hard wrap for the most part, and it's tough because the puck's along the wall, so you don't get a lot of opportunities to grab it with clean possession, and that's why that battle level is so important.
Big game tonight for Jakob Bengtsson on defense. I thought he was really good. He had 3 shots on goal. He could have had more. He couldn't get a couple of them through, but he was just really good. He defended well. He moved the puck well. I thought he was really he could have been one of our 3 stars of the game tonight. Brandon Percelli, huge goal. That was just a big play. He was all over the ice on that power play. He was on the right wing. He was over on the left wing. He was in behind the net. Then he came out in front, put it in.
Yeah, they made me, I was kind of talking to Mike during the play, saying, hey, we've got to be a little bit more urgent in our passing and playmaking. We were a little bit stagnant there for a little bit, holding on to pucks too long. A pretty passive penalty kill. They'll let you skate around the outside and things like that. So you've got to get the puck moving, and I'm glad they proved me wrong because it was a good play by Perch to show the poise and then get to the net. Did a really good job protecting his stick net front. If you see him boxing out on, I think Newhouse does a great job, where there's no way they can tie up his stick, and I think Louis made a good pass down for the redirect there. Kind of 2 very similar goals, and those guys did a good job. That's Yorkie does a good job with that group, showing them that play, and kind of on them a little bit tonight to utilize that a little bit more with some low play options and just more urgency in our puck moving. And obviously didn't have many chances last night. I think we only had 1.5 power plays last night as well, so a couple more chances tonight to take advantage, and the guys cashed in, did a heck of a job.
Yeah, Percelli looked like Shaq posting up right in front of the bucket right there. I mean, he had his backside turned into the defender, seals him off neatly, gets the rebound in off the pad. That was a thing of beauty, but the penalty by Gontus really set that up because you guys had been forced to defend through most of that second period at that point, and now the door gets flung open. They'd been on the power play. It ends early. Now you guys have a chance to come down in a lethal power play.
Yeah, like you said, Gontos got a stick into the Bankston and gave a couple tugs there, and you weren't sure if you were going to get a call just because the way the game went on both sides of that, and I know they feel the same way. There's a lot of things that kind of escalated and got away, so it was going to be a lot of 5-on-5 play, but you've got to be ready for your chance. We struggled a week ago on the power play after we've been one of the top teams in the country, and have a good group. We've got good skill there, and so the guys who go out and execute at critical times, that's the difference in the game tonight.